Have you ever been excited to write some Kotlin code, only to be stopped in your tracks by an unexpected error? It can be really frustrating, right? If that's you, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to tackle the unresolved reference error in Kotlin and show you how to fix it. I totally get it. You're just starting out with Kotlin and you expect everything to work smoothly. But then you see those pesky unresolved reference messages and it feels like a roadblock. You're not alone in this. Many beginners face this issue. Let's dive into the specific situation. One user recently shared their code, which looks pretty good at first glance. They defined a class and a couple of functions, but when they tried to run it, they encountered unresolved references for variables A, B, and C. Sound familiar? If so, let's figure this out together. So what could be causing this unresolved reference error? It usually happens when the compiler can't find a variable or function in the current scope. In this case, it seems like the variables A, B, and C are not accessible where they are being called. Let's break it down step by step. And stick around. At the end of this video, I have a great tip that will help you avoid these kinds of errors in the future. To resolve the unresolved reference errors, the user should first check the scope of the variables A and B. These variables are defined within the main function, so they are not accessible outside of it. Next, the user should modify the call to the girl function. Instead of trying to access A and B directly, they can pass the values of A and B as parameters to the girl function. Additionally, the user should ensure that the boy function is being called correctly. The boy function is a generic function, so it needs to be invoked with the correct type parameters. Finally, the user should run the code again after making these changes. This should resolve the unresolved reference errors and allow the program to compile successfully. Fun fact, did you know that Kotlin was designed to be fully interoperable with Java? This means you can use Java libraries in your Kotlin code, which is pretty cool. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. One user found a solution to the unresolved reference errors by adding a pair of braces around the expression in the girl function call. This adjustment helped clarify the order of operations in the code. Despite this fix, the user still wonders why their original code didn't work as expected. Here's the tip I promised. Always keep an eye on variable scope in Kotlin. Understanding where your variables are accessible can save you a lot of headaches down the road. And there you have it. By adjusting the scope of your variables and passing them correctly, you should be able to resolve those pesky errors. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more Kotlin tips and tricks. Happy coding!